Hello, I'm Mr. Penny. I'm the head of the history department. I think you'll agree that there's a real fascination in the subject of history, and it's one which is highly relevant even today. The learning of history certainly provides us with a real interest in an active window into the past, and it certainly helps us to enable us to understand modern day society. I'm hoping that the next few minutes will really give you a window into what we study as a department, and will also show you the study units you will be engaged in the next 7 years.
Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Crompton. I've been in Stanwell for 22 years, so I'm a part of history of the school. In Year 7, we do a number of topics. Firstly, we've been looking at migration, why people came to Britain, and most importantly, what happened to Britain when all these people came in. Secondly, we do the Battle of Hastings, 1066 and all that. Some of the things we look at, the Domesday Book and the feudal system as well. And finally, we have a little look at medieval life. In particular, the Black Death. I hope you love doing history as much as I do.
Hi, I'm Miss Clements. In Year 8, we look at a variety of enjoyable and extremely interesting events that happened in history. The year is split into 3 topics, and at present we teach the following. Firstly, the Tudors and the impact of the religious changes that occurred under their reign. Secondly, the British Empire, the transatlantic slave trade and its abolition. And finally, we end with World War I, the impact it had globally and the legacy that it leaves behind.
Hi, I'm Miss Garzi Tabassi and I've been teaching at Stanwell now for 5 years. In Year 9, you will study America at the start of the 20th century. So we look from the period between 1910 to 1929. We cover issues like immigration and its impact. We look at the Red Scare, we look at gangsters. We also study race relations. We look at the experience of Native Americans. We also look at the Roaring Twenties during this time, and we look at the flapper movement, the role of women, jazz, the cinema. So it's a really brilliant topic, and I absolutely love teaching about it and still learning about it.
I took GCSE history because I think it helped us learn a lot of skills, maybe source work or writing essays.
Yeah, and it coincides really well with English literature in Year 10. You do a lot that complements each other, like history and English literature. It makes it a lot easier in both lessons.
Hello, I'm just going to talk you through the basic teachings of Year 11 history. The first part of the year involves the completion of 2 NEA essays, which are coursework essays, which focus on Nazi Germany. The second part of the course is a focus on British history. It mainly involves the Great Depression and the economic dislocation this caused and the impact on people's lives. But secondly, we look at the impact of World War II on the real total war period in British history. And then we conclude with an analysis of post-World War II Britain.
Hi, I'm Lola. I really enjoy history as I've had a really good year so far. We learned a lot about crime and punishment, which I really enjoyed because I got to sort of understand the reasons and how everything connected from the crimes then and crimes now, and I find that really interesting. I also found learning about Nazi Germany really interesting because I was able to use parts of that in drama, so it all sort of correlates together.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Smith and I'm here to talk about AS studies. We do a period study on the Tudors. We go all the way from the start, 1485 to 1603, and we cover the great monarchs that caused many controversies.
I'm Mrs. Warren and I teach A-level history. One of the things we study in Unit 2 is Weimar Germany. That's the government in Germany before Hitler came to power. And we look at it in depth and try to understand how a democracy could become a dictatorship in such a short period of time, and some of the parallels with today's society. In the second half of this study, in Year 13, in Unit 4, we look at the Nazi regime itself, some of the political, social and economic aspects, and of course, World War II.
Hello, my name is Miss Donovan and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Year 13 history. So in Year 13, we study a breadth study about America, 1890 to 1990. We look at the race issue, where we look at Booker T. Washington and William Du Bois, right the way through to the modern civil rights movement, Martin Luther King, and the March on Washington with that famous I Have a Dream speech in 1963. We also go on to study US foreign policy, including World War II, Cuban Missile Crisis, and the Vietnam War, right up to the end of the Cold War in 1990.
Hi, I'm Tom, I'm Year 13, I'm studying history at A-level. I've been studying history all my time through Stanwell. I've really enjoyed the entire course, and my enjoyment of GCSE is what made me decide to take it at A-level. I really enjoyed doing the civil rights and Nazi Germany, as there's quite a lot of discussion, and you can really learn how to sort of debate things with other, in other subjects. So it's really played well in my politics A-level and my sociology A-level.
Hello, my name is Miss Parry and I've been teaching here in Stanwell in the History Department for 6 years. Here in the History Department we run a wide range of trips. In Year 7 we've been jousting at Cardiff Castle, we visited Tintern Abbey and Raglan and Chepstow Castle. In Year 8 we run a really exciting trip to London where we visit the Imperial War Museum and we also look at slavery museums and exhibitions there too. Our Year 10s recently went to Munich where they visited lots of sites relating to the rise of Nazi Germany.
In history, we've been involved in a number of exciting projects at a whole school level. We have researched the men from Stanwell who fought in the First World War, as well as those who fought in the Second World War for the anniversary of VE Day this year. Also, we invited last year a Holocaust survivor to come into school and speak to our students at GCSE and A-level about her experiences in both Auschwitz and Belsen.
And if anyone was wondering whether to do it or not, I say do it. Otherwise you will regret everything in life.